Let us continue playing Star Ocean 2. When we last left off, we were about to enter Kros at night. 4 scripted story type events.
The trip took a lot longer than I thought.
That's probably because we went and grinded another couple of levels just to save time a bit later.
There's nobody around.
The castle looks like it's locked up too.
I'd imagine so at
Let's stay
night.
at the inn for the night. We can visit the castle tomorrow.
Okay, and the inn is over here. And the inn is actually owned by one of Raina's relatives.
Why, it's Raina! You've been quite a stranger lately.
Sorry I haven't been around, Aunt Rachel. How are things going?
Oh, as well as always, I'd say. Oh, found a new man, did you? Worrying Westa to no end, no doubt.
He's not my boyfriend.
Outright rejection, sir.
Oh, you didn't have to shout it like that.
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
Well, you're in luck. I've got a lovely vacant room just for the two of you. How about I let you stay there for the night? On the house.
Huzzah!
Are you sure that's okay?
Oh, nothing but the best for my niece on her special night.
I told you already, it's not like that at all. I swear.
Not at all, huh?
You've known her for literally a day and a half, sir. Actually, no, 2 days.
Come to think of it, Mr. Flack paid a visit to town a couple of weeks earlier.
Diaz was here?
But he left soon afterwards. Not that he had any particular destination in mind.
I see.
Well, make yourselves comfy.
Thank you so much, Aunt Rachel.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Take care of Raina for me, all right?
Yes, of course. By the way, I couldn't help but wonder, who's Mr. Flack?
You mean Diaz?
Possibly, I don't know.
She mentioned the name earlier, so I was just curious.
His full name's Diaz Flack. He used to live in Arlia like me. Something terrible happened to him, though, a long time ago, and because of that, he left the village.
Well, I'll try to avoid the subject then.
Thanks.
Do you mind if I make one request, though?
What is it?
You really don't have to call me Mr. Kinney. It just makes me feel weird when I call you Raina.
Okay, I'll remember that from now on.
Well, let's get ready for bed then. It's getting late.
Looks like it. Good night, Claude.
Good night, Raina.
Good night, everybody. And now I think we have to go and see if we can make some purchases.
Well, how did things go?
We had a great night's sleep, Aunt Rachel. Thanks for asking.
Oh dear.
Oh, you know that's not what I meant.
And off we go from that. So, first thing then, over here we have various stores, but the most important one, at least initially, is the skill guilds. Now, this basically will give us knowledge packs. So we need Knowledge 1, Sense 1, and Technical 1. We actually need one more, I think, to do what we're going to do a bit later. But for now, if I get to learn skills, we have a lot more things that we can actually learn. So, thinking about this... Oh, actually, I didn't check. Rena actually has default skills as well. Hers are mostly reliant on cooking. She's actually already a level 2 cook, because she has 1 in knife, 1 in keen eye, and 4 in recipe, so that balances out to an overall level 2. She has originality, composition, listening, and the blessing of mana, which is automatic on her, actually. So she can use magic. Right, now that we've done that, and spent quite a lot of our money in the process, actually, I don't think there's anything else we need, really. Rare trinkets. So we could buy some more of those, I suppose, but... Spare skills are appraising items, but we don't really need those either, actually. Alright. Only thing that might have been worth getting is weapons, but for the moment, I think we're now going to go back and do some looting. Mostly of the castle. Through here. Yes, tax. We don't want to pay taxes. We do not want to pay taxes. We're adventurers.
This is the front
Why should we pay taxes?
Chamber.
We steal things from everybody else. We're thieves. Thieves don't pay taxes.
I'll write our names in for you.
Also, technically, I'm not even a member of this kingdom. Why should I pay taxes?
Ah, I see you're here on behalf of Mayor Regis of Alia.
Yes, sir. I'd like to have an audience as soon as possible, if I may.
Very well. If you could kindly wait until I make the arrangements.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome to look around the castle until the time comes.
Can we steal everything that isn't nailed down?
That would be great. Thank you. We're
I
in,
didn't hear a
Claude.
no. Okay. Yeah, we're in the kitchen where there is actually nothing. Here we go into the barracks where there is nothing. There are things to steal. Yeah, there we go. Leather helmet and a wooden shield, which improves Claude's equipment. Up this way and along here. Yes, we will very much enjoy our stay here. It's Councillor Herbert is the Prince appreciate her at all. Down the Prince. Oh, whoops. That's me leaning on a button. There wasn't a particular reason for save state, actually. This is... I have it set to one of my buttons on my D-pad and I just nudged it. But we don't need a save state there. Is that it? I thought there was a little more than that. That's the King's Audience Chamber, so... No, I thought there was more stuff than that. Certainly more than 500 gold could account for. Jonas, come up. Please enter.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Just remember to be careful.
Pardon me.
And thus, royalty. Yes, important authority figure. You might as well actually. Yes, there we go.
It
This is
is
the
an
king
honor, Your Majesty.
In an area where he could possibly say, off of your head, and it would happen.
Ah, it's you, Reyna. It has been a long time, hasn't it? I can hardly recognize you. You've grown to be even more beautiful than what I've heard from Regis.
I'm glad to see you in good spirits, sire.
Oh, there's no need for formalities, Reyna. What can I do for you today?
Yes, sire. We have begun to conduct an investigation into the sorcery globe. As part of that, we were wondering if Your Majesty could give us whatever information on the globe and its properties that you currently possess.
Heavens, you're the one conducting this investigation?
And how exactly are you qualified to do this?
Yes, sire, and we are treating the job with as much resolve and determination as it deserves.
Well, if that be the case, then it wouldn't do to hold anything back from you.
We shall ask about the cataclysms occurring in the world.
I don't need to remind you of all the earthquakes and volcanic eruptions that have occurred worldwide lately. However, the exact cause of this activity remains a total mystery even to us.
Have you given any thought to the idea that the sorcery globe is behind all this?
Well, without some kind of evidence to back up that theory, it is difficult to be 100% sure about anything.
Let's ask about the current state of El Kingdom.
I hear that people and monsters are fighting a pitched struggle in El Kingdom territory at present. Unfortunately, few details have been given on the scope of the battle or the number of casualties incurred as a result.
Are there any ships right now that can take us to El?
There are, but they have been strictly regulated. Wild rumors have a way of spreading quickly during wartime, needless to say.
And the nature of the sorcery globe.
I am afraid we know very little about the machinations of the sorcery globe ourselves. Or rather, it would be more accurate to say we know nothing at all.
That's depressing.
Haven't you sent a team to investigate it?
I have, but unfortunately, any hope for their return seems to have perished at this point. To sum up the current situation, despite all our best efforts, we have failed to obtain even a trace of information about the sorcery globe.
I see.
Rather unfortunate.
That's why we've decided to enlist the help of any willing adventurers in the area.
Willing adventurers? We have a sword.
That
I can be
explains all
that.
of the adventurers we saw in town.
I hardly need to remind you, Reina, that your investigation into the sorcery globe is an extremely dangerous endeavor. If it were up to me, I would sincerely suggest that you call off this investigation immediately.
But that would make for a very boring game.
Don't worry, I'll be all right. I have Mr. Kenny on my side here.
Oh, so you have that much faith in his strength. In any case, it looks like you could do with some better equipment.
I have a sword of light, sir. I don't need better equipment. Though if you can get it working again, that'd be nice.
Here, His Majesty has granted you a travel permit, along with a small parting gift.
Now, the travel permit will allow us to go and use the docks in a town somewhere else and get to the next continent. So we did need to talk to him.
But Your Majesty!
Please, take it. It's a perfectly fitting payment for helping us root out the cause of this cataclysm.
Thank you so much, Your Majesty.
If you're traveling to the El Kingdom, the interim transport ship departing from Kurik would be best.
We appreciate your generous support, Your Majesty.
And our meeting has been spied upon by, well, the most obvious spy or person eavesdropper at the very least in history.
I hardly even opened my mouth.
It's not just you. Even I felt like I had butterflies in my stomach.
Oh well, so we now have our little travel permit, we have some more spending money. Let's go out, and I think we actually have to save some of the spending money actually as it comes down to it. There are reasons, but we will... There is a small dungeon little area that we're going to in a moment. And something is going on. It's the spy.
What is the meaning of this? I believe I procured this fair and square.
What the hell are you talking about, lady? You practically stole it from me!
Stole? Exactly when did I partake in something anywhere even close to stealing?
Enough of your crap! Hand it over or you're dead!
Wait a minute. I can't just let this go on.
Hero of Light time!
Claude?
Hmm?
Who the hell's this little brat?
Hey, you! That's no way to speak to a lady, you know.
What was that?
Let's be a little more civilized here, alright?
Are you talking to me, kid?
I don't see anyone else here.
If I recall correctly, you were gonna fight me, not this little boy.
What? I'll kill you, you little...
You have a lot of anger issues.
If you want to pick a fight, you'd best choose your opponents more carefully. Not that I'm particularly enthralled with getting in a fight over something I didn't do.
You're gonna pay for this!
And thus the situation is resolved. And we were not helpful at all.
Hopefully that taught him something. I must thank you, my boy. You were quite the courageous one.
Boy?
Your bravery has struck a chord inside of me. Truly brilliant.
It was nothing.
You're blushing, Claude.
By the way, are you the couple who had an audience with the king earlier?
That would be right.
How'd you know that?
I just happened to be on a tour of the castle at the time, and I overheard some guards gossiping about two people who got special permission to jump ahead in the king's schedule.
And you realized that was us?
I wondered what made that pair so special, so I sneaked into the throne room to find out for myself.
Wearing what you're wearing is very difficult to
That's
sneak anywhere, I'd imagine.
impressive.
I have some information that I believe you will appreciate. Without going into too many details, I just happened to get my hands on this map from an auction that I attended not long ago.
Apparently you stole it by spending more money. The
Supposedly,
fiends.
this map shows the way to an ancient treasure hidden inside a certain cave. Would you be interested in joining me as I explore the cave?
We really don't have time to go treasure hunting right now.
Oh? Are you sure? You might uncover a hint or two related to your own goal. Well,
But mostly it's going to be
would
about
you
the
like to
treasure,
come
isn't
along?
it? In any case, we are going to go and do this because she's actually one of the more useful characters in this game. She gets a bit redundant towards the end of the game, but in general, for about
ancient
70-80% of the game, we'll be
Maybe
using
it'll
her in the
provide me
party
with some leads.
as our mage.
Sounds like fun. I'll take the offer.
Ah, I knew you'd come around. My name is Celine Jules. I'm a treasure hunting enthusiast. Now then, let me show you the map one more time.
And then
See
we had
this?
the table.
First, we'll set off for the Cross Cave, which lies east of Cross.
Cross Cave? You mean that natural cave? Everyone knows that place.
Indeed, it's the very one.
I would have thought that anything worth excavating in there was long gone by now.
Well, supposedly this map just recently came to light for the first time.
I think somebody's...
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody just added a
Right.
bit to a map
Let's
and
make
tried
sure
to
we
sell
have
it
all
off.
the equipment we need before we depart.
Ah, we are pretty much equipped, I think.
I could get used to having you two around.
I'm not feeling very good about this.
Ah, she's useful enough, don't worry.
Did you say something?
Me? No. Let's go.
Treasure map acquired. And thus we have a new member of the party. So, what skills do you actually have at this point? Aesthetics, which is towards alchemy and crafting. She actually does now have a lot of access to certain abilities here. She has nimble fingers, listening animal instinct, and blessing of mana. Not the best ones. I suppose nimble fingers and crafting works. There are better ones, I'm sure. Anyway, so as you can see, she has various abilities or various skills which apply to various abilities, and crafting and blacksmithing super specialties are there, but we can't use them because not enough people have those skills. Basically, she has the crafting, so that opens up that, and since she has alchemy, that opens up the blacksmithing, but nobody has the customization ability there. She can do a super specialty by herself, but the level is sort of... It's slightly complicated. It's the best of those sort of skills, and they're combined and averaged. It's got a reasonable enough system, to be honest. So we're not going to do private actions just yet. We're going to head off to the cave. I'm probably, though, going to split the video off now, and next time we shall do the cross cave. In fact, there might be one thing I need to do first. If I head off to the area quite a long way down here, and before I do that, let's set up tactics here. Yeah, attack with all the all MP, because you might as well. Because down here, the last town along this chain,
We got enemies.
sells
We
something
can
we're going to
win
need
this.
to learn. Anyway, off we go.
Crush.
And a 10-ton weight. Yeah, it's not a very good ability, if I'm honest. And you were a bit late on coming with that.
One for
Easy
us.
win.
Still, experience, fall. We can ignore that mostly, though. It's not really all that worthwhile for us to grab. And welcome to... Oh, darn it. One more.
This looks difficult.
Don't
Ooh,
let your
tougher
guard
enemies.
down.
So the enemies here have leveled up slightly, but we should still be able to do it. Oh god, she's doing the teleporting trick. But yeah, magic hurts her there. Those are slightly annoying sometimes.
Excellent.
Still Brain is gained a level up to level 7. And here we go. If we do private actions, they'll basically tell us we really shouldn't be here. We should be going back to the cross cave, which is far, far, far to the whatever direction it's actually in, east, I think. Meantime, though, we can now buy knowledge and sense 2. And I forget which one of these I actually need. I think it's sense, but if it's not, I can always just save up and do that later. Ah, that's determination. That's the important one. This is the skill that we're going to be putting a lot of our points into, at least initially, because it lowers the SP required for each other skill. And we do have poker face. So poker face and courage are the two needed for pickpocketing. And I've got 4 points of that. So other skills have now lowered, and we can now begin setting up pickpocketing. Pretty much the first few points will be going all into determination, lowering the skill points required for everything else, and basically saving us points in the long run. So a little bit of efficiency done there. So when we come back, I'll be going to Cross Cave and we'll be fighting off a load of monsters in there. So until then,